So hello and yes, welcome back to another video, guys. Now today I'm doing something a bit different. My last 3 or 4 videos in a row have all been unboxings, which is what I want this channel to be about. For those of you who are going out to look at Blu-rays, debating whether to buy them because of packagings and whatnot, that's kind of why I'm here, doing what I do. I just like, giving you guys a heads up so you can see what to expect from some of these Blu-rays that are coming out. But nevertheless, I do like to do the oddball video here and there like this one. This is a really exciting video for me because I went to my first Comic-Con. Of course, living just outside of London, it was the London MCM one. I've been to a very small Comic-Con before, a local one, where literally they had like 3 people, and I wouldn't even say famous people. They were literally, one of them was in a Stormtrooper costume in Empire, the other 2 were in alien costumes from Jabba's bar ship, and they background ones. Camera didn't even focus on them at any point. So that's how small those guys were. So this was my first big one. This was the MCM 2018 October one. This was a big one. There were quite a few famous people there. The headlining guy there was Paul Bettany, who of course people know as playing Vision in the Marvel films. He was also in Solo. He was in Master and Commander. The guy's done a lot of big films, basically. Very big British actor. So he was there. And then there was this long list of other people. But I'm going to kind of go through my day, step by step, show you guys what I got along the way. So me and my mate turned up, my mate Robert. So of course we've got a book here which tells you about what was on that day. And on the back, the Grinch. They were advertising the Grinch like crazy. They had a lot of advertisement up, like hanging from the top of the ceilings in there, for the Grinch, Fantastic Beasts, Crimes of Grindelwald, and is it Something Machines, the new Peter Jackson film. But this is really why I got it, because we had the layout and whatnot of the place. So you come in from this side, I think. So. I'm trying to get my bearings down. It's been a good 2 weeks. No. Yes. No, you're coming from this side. You're coming from the bottom, and you work your way up. Now this red area here was for all like the gaming, and this orange area as well was all gaming. Just all the people like all their card games and stuff, which doesn't apply to me because I'm not into that sort of thing. So we kind of walked up, and then we had these 2 big orange rooms here where there was loads of cool stuff going on. And then up here you have the signing area, the meet and greet stuff and whatnot. You also had this blue area here with a lot of cool things going on. You had little designated areas and whatnot for bits and bobs to do. Like you've got a BBC area, Universal area. So we kind of just got our bearings, got to know where we wanted to go. Because when we got in, we wanted to, of course, meet people first. Because we didn't want them to leave and for us to then miss them. But nevertheless, we arrived really early, 7 o'clock. We didn't have the tickets where you went straight in. So we had to go to the other queue where you had to wait till 11 o'clock to go in. So we had to do a 4-hour wait. And we were the first ones there. All the people going that day, it sold out. We went on the Saturday. We didn't go dressed up, but we went on the Saturday. Busiest day. We were the first ones there, which was incredible. So we got this bag, which only like 5 or 6 people got that were there. They come out about half hour after we arrived. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, yeah, very cool. So I got a voucher which has 10% off my next Comic-Con, and I'm definitely going to go to another one, so I will definitely put that to use. There are 2 goodies in my bag, one of which was this book, Moomin's Sniff's Book of Thoughts, which is obviously aimed at your younger audience. So yeah, it's just a little kid's book, really. But anyway, I kept it because I thought, well, something it's a little bit of a memory from the day there. I got this little Pokemon toy. So I don't really know my Pokemon that well. I know Pokemon somewhat well, just from the games, but I couldn't tell you the name of this one. But I got this guy. Camera focuses. Oh well. But yeah, so I got him. That was cool. Back in the box. And then eventually they let us in. So we went in. First off though, we did get food before we even went to the signing because we were starving. So we got food. And I'll say this, while we were waiting, the wait went really quick because we were just enjoying watching all the people go by in their cosplay. It was fantastic, really fun to watch. There were some great ones, there were some funny ones, and there were some bad ones, but it was great to watch. I loved it. So we got food, and then we went to the meet and greet thing. Me and my mate, I wanted to meet 3 people, he wanted to meet 2. And one of the ones that he wanted to meet was the same guy that I wanted to meet. So anyway, I've bought this folder to put my autographs in. And I bought this little picture of the Joker here, Heath Ledger's Joker. Just stick in as the cover. And so the guy who we both wanted to meet was David Bradley, who he's most famous for playing Filch in the Harry Potter films. But then of course he also plays Walder Frey in Game of Thrones. And he played the first Doctor in Peter Capaldi's last episode of Doctor Who Twice Upon a Time. He's also done a couple of Doctor Who episodes before. He was the villain in Dinosaurs on a Spaceship. And he was in An Adventure in Space and Time, I think that's what it's called, which was showing you how, it was basically a documentary sort of thing, showed you how the first episodes of Doctor Who come on to the end, how it got started 50 years ago, which aired right before the 50th anniversary episode. So here it is. I picked this photo out, and he put to James. Did he put from? Oh no, he put best wishes, David Bradley, the Doc, which is really cool. It is a photo of me and him, and then one of me, him, and my mate underneath. So yeah, that was really nice. And then me and my mate went our separate ways. He went to meet some YouTuber who I've got no idea who he is. And I went to meet these 2 people. And now my one regret on the day is not getting a photo with this guy. I don't have a photo to show of me with him. So if I meet him again, because if he's at the next convention, which it wouldn't surprise me if he is, I probably will meet him again just to get a photo. Colin Baker, the 6th Doctor. So he just put to James, his signature, and then number 6. And he was really nice. Again, same goes for David Bradley as well. Such nice people, honestly. David Bradley was just so open and so warm, so kind. I talked to him about him coming back to Doctor Who and recreating some of the last episodes. Some of the episodes that got lost in the fire, because that's rumoured. And he was funny, he said he didn't have a clue. And I asked Colin Baker if he got to keep any of his costumes, and he said yes, he got to keep one of them. So that was very cool. And then I went over to meet Mr. Paul McGann, who is a Doctor who I'm a big fan of. I really enjoyed the film. The short episode, Night of the Doctor, was incredible. Absolutely incredible. So here it is. To James, his signature, and then number 8. And I just love this photo because it's modern Who, which obviously I'm more of a fan of. And I was such a big fan of his short. It's the best short Doctor Who's ever had. It's fantastic. And then underneath is a picture of me with the man. And he was so kind. I asked for a photo and he was just like, yeah, come sit down, come sit down. And we had this quite long conversation actually, which is why the queue for him actually took quite a while. Well, when I say quite a while, literally David Bradley about 10-minute queue. Colin Baker, no queue. There's no one seeing him, bless him. But I had to wait about 20 minutes. He pulled me going because he was actually spending time talking to people. And he was just telling me about basically how the Night of the Doctor episode came about. And he said he only got like a few days notice and whatnot. Stephen Moffat was just like, hey, do you want to do it? He was like, yeah. And it was like, boom, boom, boom. So yeah, that was really cool. That was all my meet and greets. However, my mate with this YouTuber was still queuing because the YouTuber who he met was free. So there was so many people seeing him. And he was spending so much time with people, this YouTuber. I forget his name, Tom something. But I've got to give him credit because he spent so much time with everyone. So my mate was still with him, or waiting to see him. And I'd seen both these doctors. So I went walking around. And I found this. They have stalls of autographs. I didn't really want to buy any because I thought, I'd rather just meet them and get the autograph myself now. But I found this one which I couldn't resist because it is by my very favourite actor on the planet. And it was very affordable. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to have to buy this one. So I bought the autograph from Mr. Andy Serkis, and it's him signing Snoke. I know what a lot of people are going to say, oh, it should be Gollum. I know, but I'm such a big Star Wars fan, I kind of would rather have Snoke. And I know it's not going to be easy for some people to hear, but I am a huge... Don't get me wrong, I love Lord of the Rings as well, it's fantastic, but I am a Star Wars diehard at the end of the day. So... Oh, I just caught my guitar there with the book. So it's just to get that sign was amazing. You got the certificate there. Then I put a little picture of Andy. underneath. So yeah, there's all my autographs that I got during the day. And yeah, as I say, I'm very hopeful I'll get some more at the next one. I know John Sim, who played the Master during David's era, and then come back last season for an episode, is going to be at the next Comic-Con. So I very much hope to meet him if he's not too overpriced. So hopefully that will all work out. And then after that, we just kind of went on a wander. We walked around, done a lot of things, bought a few things which I'm going to show now. So it was just fun. We got to meet a load of incredible people, just fantastic people. But yeah, as I say, I did buy a few things. I bought 3 more things. First one up is this. This is Captain America and the Winter Soldier. This is my favourite Marvel film. And there's not much out there on Captain America and the Winter Soldier. The art book, which is the only art book I'm missing, is just not affordable. The soundtrack has never been put out on vinyl. There's no big sleeve. Literally all I've got on this film is a Blu-ray, and it's my favourite Marvel film. So when I saw this, I thought this is really cool. I think I'm going to have to buy it. And it's a film reel from the film. And of course they are numbered as well. It's going to be really hard to pick it up. But I got number 2, which is really cool. And the film reel is from the scene where he's in the elevator having a conversation with Sam Jackson, which is without a doubt one of the best scenes in the whole film. So I'm really pleased I got that. Next up, I wanted to get, because I haven't got many posters in my room at the minute. There's 2 people that I really wanted posters of, and I managed to get them both. So the first one up is of Negan from The Walking Dead. I absolutely love Jeffrey Dean Morgan. I think he's an absolute gem of a man. And yeah, I just love Negan, even when The Walking Dead isn't at its best, because let's face it, you know, season 8 wasn't that great. But whenever Negan is on screen, he just absolutely just steals every scene he's in. And so far this new season of The Walking Dead has actually been really good. And Negan, for the odd few scenes he's had, has been amazing in it. So it's really nice. It comes with a little quote by him, which is really cool. It's on like this tiley type thing, which is really nice. It's made of wood, the frame and whatnot, but I just think it looks beautiful. I love it. And then last thing up, which I've got to show and talk about, is this that I bought, which I kind of messed up on. I'll explain why. Really wanted a Heath Ledger Joker poster, because let's face it, after Vader, he is probably the best villain of all time. And some people would argue the best, but sorry, I can't put him above Vader. But nevertheless, wanted to get a poster of him, and I did. I got this absolute amazing picture of him, which I just think it's incredible. I just think it looks fantastic. So I kind of messed up on this one because, well, I didn't necessarily mess up, because it's still unique. I was told this was on aluminium, so I bought it, and the guy put it in my bag, and I noticed on the train it is aluminium. There's a thin strip of aluminium at the top and bottom, which is the silver that you can see. It's actually just printed on some Diabond, which is it. I don't want to get into my job, but that's exactly what I do. I print stuff, you know, mostly building stuff, for building sites. But nevertheless, we print on this Diabond, so I could have really made this myself. However, this is unique. This is original art. The guy has signed it at the bottom, the date. And there is a certificate which I've got in one of these bags somewhere, because there is only 100 of these. So these are still very limited. So there is, and I've got a certificate to say this is one of the real ones, because I, you know, could have faked it, but this is one of the real ones. So nevertheless, it is very, very cool to own. I'm very happy with it. But that is my Comic-Con experience. I must say to anyone who's debating whether to go to a Comic-Con, whether it is here in London or whether it's in America somewhere, you got to do it. It's an amazing experience. You just got to do it. But nevertheless, that is it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Please hit the subscribe button, like the video, leave a message, and I will see you guys next time for another video. Bye-bye.